Welcome back, everybody. I'm Simon Carver.
And I'm Billy Galligan, and Spain are world champions.
Say it again.
Spain are world champions, for the second time, 16 years after their first. 1-0 after extra time against Argentina in New York, and it was every bit as dramatic as this tournament deserved.
Let's set the scene first. New York, New Jersey Stadium, the biggest stage in world football. 80,000 people. Argentina, the defending champions, Lionel Messi's team, attempting to become the fourth side since Brazil in 1958 and 1962 to win back-to-back World Cups. Spain, the most dominant team of the tournament, 1 goal conceded in 7 games going into the final, hungry for their second title.
I watched it on a 150-inch screen with surround sound, food, drinks, and decorations. I am not ashamed of that. This deserved the full production.
And the full production is what the game delivered, just not in the way anyone expected.
From the very first whistle, Spain were the better team. Rodri and Fabian Ruiz controlling midfield with the kind of authority that makes opposition managers age visibly. Yamal causing problems down the right. Spain creating chance after chance.
And Emiliano Martinez standing between them and the goal like a man possessed.
Martinez, 12 saves in a World Cup final. 12. He made saves that had no right to be saves. Reflex stops, diving full length, positioning, command of his area, everything a goalkeeper can offer, he offered it. On any other night, he might have been the story of the final regardless of the result.
Argentina's XG was 0.2 from just 2 attempts. Spain's was 1.94 from 20 shots. Those numbers tell you everything about how the game went and absolutely nothing about why it stayed goalless for so long.
Because Martinez was the reason. One man, standing in a goal, refusing to let Spain through. It was one of the greatest individual performances in World Cup final history on the losing side.
And then Messi, looking for the moment on the counter-attack. Looking for the goal that would have drawn him level with Mbappe in the Golden Boot race. Looking for one last act of magic on the biggest stage.
It didn't come. And watching Messi not quite finding that moment in what is almost certainly his last World Cup game was one of the more emotional things about the whole evening. He gave everything. Argentina gave everything. It just wasn't enough.
And then, in second half stoppage time, the moment that changed the game. Enzo Fernandez, a second yellow card. Argentina down to 10 men. And from that moment, Spain were the only side who could win it.
Williams thought he'd scored. The ball hit the net, Spain celebrated, and then VAR stepped in. A foul by Marino on Otamendi in the build-up. Goal ruled out. Spain's agony continued.
And then extra time. The first 15 minutes went by without a goal. Argentina defending with everything they had. 10 men, backs against the wall, heart and determination, making up for everything they were missing technically.
And then, 37 seconds into the second half of extra time, Williams teed up Ferran Torres. Torres rifled it into the roof of the net. 1-0, Spain lead.
Ferran Torres, who came on as a substitute, who scored the only goal of the match, who will be remembered forever in Spain for that one moment in Europe.
There's a pattern emerging here. Marino scored the late winners against Portugal and Belgium. Torres scores the winner in the final. Spain winning this tournament on the goals of their substitutes as much as their starters. The depth of that squad is extraordinary.
Spain held on. Argentina pushed desperately for an equaliser with 9 men behind the ball and 1 eye on the clock. It didn't come. The final whistle blew and Spain were world champions.
1 goal conceded in 8 games. 1, the fewest ever by a World Cup winning team. A defensive record that may stand forever. Unai Simón wins the Golden Glove and deserves every bit of it.
And the statistics that will follow Spain around forever. The first nation to simultaneously hold both the men's and women's FIFA World Cup titles. Their 38-match unbeaten run continues. A team at the absolute peak of their powers.
And yet you can't talk about Spain winning without talking about what it means that Argentina lost. Messi's last World Cup. The greatest player who ever lived, possibly, and I say that having watched Maradona, Pelé on film, Cruyff, walking off a World Cup pitch for the final time without the trophy.
He has 2 World Cup finals now. 1 won, lost 1. An extraordinary legacy regardless. But football is cruel sometimes, and this was one of those nights.
It is cruel, and Martinez's 12 saves makes it even more so. Argentina had the performance of their goalkeeper. They just didn't have the goal.
Yamal, We should talk about Yamal.
19 years old, World Cup winner in his first tournament, the boy in the photograph with Messi, the toddler who grew up to play against his idol in a World Cup final and come out on the winning side. That story is going to be told for decades.
The passing of the torch. Whether Messi would agree with that framing or not, and he might not, given that he'd presumably have preferred to win, the symbolism is undeniable. The greatest of one generation losing to the emerging star of the next on the biggest stage imaginable.
Football does this. Every generation thinks the current great is unreplaceable, and then the next one arrives, and you realize the game keeps producing genius. It always has. It always will.
So Spain are world champions. Ferran Torres is the hero. Martinez is the tragic hero. Messi walks off into the sunset, and Yamal's era begins.
And somewhere in New York, 80,000 people are trying to process what they just witnessed. And somewhere in Tucker, Georgia, a Dublin man who has been watching World Cups for nearly 50 years is sitting in front of a 150-inch screen trying to do the same.
How do you feel, Billy?
Honestly, in awe of the football, of the tournament, of what sport can do when it's at its very best. I've been watching World Cups since 1978. This one, this whole tournament, belongs in the conversation for the greatest ever. The stories it gave us, the moments, the drama.
Cape Verde. Pico Lopez from Crumlin.
Algeria and Austria 3-3, Iran in and out in 4 minutes of stoppage time.
England 10 men at the Azteca.
Norway beating Brazil, Paraguay beating Germany, Morocco beating the Netherlands.
Messi breaking every record in the book, only for Mbappe to break the biggest one of all in a third-place playoff.
A third-place playoff that ended 6-4 in a game nobody wanted to play in.
And then this, 1-0 after extra time. Martinez making 12 saves. Torres scoring 37 seconds into the second period of extra time. Spain, world champions.
What a tournament, what a final, what a game.
We'll be back tomorrow with the full deep dive. Every story, every record, every moment from the first red card in Mexico to the final whistle in New York.
Don't miss it, and congratulations to Spain, world champions 2026.
See you tomorrow.